So here are common mistakes to avoid. So one of the mistakes could be choosing inland sponsorship application when frequent travel is necessary. If the partner cannot re-enter Canada or cohabitation is broken, then you may need to reapply for an Outland application. Also, another common mistake is that you submit excessive photos, and these excessive photos will not guarantee an approval of your application. You need to submit everything that is required in the checklist, and remember, not that volume sometimes is not what they're looking for. It's more the quality of what you're submitting. Also, another common mistake that we see all the time is that you're submitting outdated forms, or you don't check that, for example, from the start that you started to gather all the documents and started to sign all the forms, there is a new signature, a new form that is required to be submitted, or new documents, or documents that are specific to to the country of origin from your spouse or partner. Another mistake is that citizens abroad, that they are applying for their spouse and partner, they don't show clear intent to return to Canada once their partner receives their permanent residence. We're going to talk about how to choose, and I want you to ask yourself the following questions, and this will help you. So first, are you living together in Canada and want an open work permit while the application is being processed? Then definitely an inland application might be an option for you. If, for example, you want some travel flexibility, and so maybe an Outland application is also it fits better in your situation. Another question that I want you to ask yourself is the sponsor currently living outside of Canada? Then an Outland application is required. But remember that you must, or the Canadian citizen must, show intent to return to Canada once that application is finalized and you have your PR with you. Also, if, for example, you might remember that we talked about before that a permanent resident can only be living in Canada if they wish to sponsor their spouse or common law partner. Now here are common questions that you might have. And one of them could be, can an Outland sponsorship application be submitted while my partner or my spouse is visiting me in Canada? And the answer is yes. So this gives you, again, travel flexibility for your spouse or your partner to leave and enter Canada whenever they want. And while they are visiting here in Canada, they can submit their Outland application. Now, another common questions that we get is that, can an inland applicant travel? Now, again, we talked about this before, that there is no formal travel ban, but leaving Canada can cancel temporary status, or you might have a risk of re-entering. And if your spouse or partner cannot re-enter Canada, then cohabitation is interrupted, an inland application is no longer fit in your situation, and you might need to resubmit. If you have already submitted your inland application, you might need to resubmit an Outland application. Another question would be, who can apply for an open work permit? And the answer is that only an inland sponsorship application has the option under a public policy that your spouse or your partner can apply for an open work permit while the file is being processed. And again, this is done normally after you have received the acknowledgement of receipt. Now, there is also questions that, can I apply for an open work permit on a port of entry? And this is no longer applicable, so you're not able to apply for that open work permit at a port of entry. You will need to apply online. Inland and Outland applications are both different streams, but they're both really valid streams and paths. The best choice, it really depends on if you want travel flexibility, where are you currently living, and whether you want appeal rights. Now remember that this video is for general information only. For guidance on your specific case, you can book a consultation with our office at mendezlaw.ca or send us a quick email at info@mendezlaw.ca. And again, if you love this kind of content, then subscribe to our YouTube channel and like and comment below if you want us to discuss any other situations that will help you throughout your journey. Thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. Bye.